for him to do. But at this point in his career, it's just like you can't give him a long-term extension.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
If you don't give contracts out for what will do, you end up like the Rams and Jared Goff, giving people contracts for what they have done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Space to maneuver at the 40.
Run, Emery! Run, Emery! Yes, I made a great play. Opening play. Oh, I'm taking full credit for that one. Brandon Cooks misses a block. Cooks or Ruggs miss a block. I shake around him when he turns into him, and then he tries to come in. I'm on like the left side. He tries to come in with the safety, and I shake around him too. And it's perfect. That play.
The decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down
back
shy
of
of the 20.
Players to have one of the greatest FIFA teams ever made. Zidane, Chiellini, Sterling twice. No, fuck you, Rooney.
Why? Oh my god.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara.
Why?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Do you want to know
30 base.
Second and 11.
Get him down. Let's go, Trey
To escape, and he goes down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. You know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
23 yards, the final tally.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else.
Let's go, John Johnson.
Backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Now
Who's
here's a
John
pass
Johnson
on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Joey
gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes,
and he said he did it for the Eagles.
Any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss,
oh wait, was he the one that took the
interception?
hit?
Yeah,
he's the one who made the I think the interception. He said, "I have friends over on the Eagles."
Sometimes you throw it so hard, your receiver
No, the one that took out
the receiver for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd of the yard.
Who the fuck does he have on the fucking Saints?
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
That's such a bullshit game. I cannot. That's such a thing. At least this year from what it seems like, the Super Bowl should be pretty.
Oh, guys, it's stuck onto his stills.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
He's going for
Now
it.
they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th of inches. This is 4th and 14. Looking to throw.
Mustafi.
John Johnson with the play on your scrub receiver.
Go for it. Backfires. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Ribbit.
And again, this time the tailback. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Yeah, they ended up with a real solid game. Who's your running back?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5.
Scrub.
Escaping the pressure running.
Yeah.
And seeing no
I got my franchise quarterback and running.
this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Nope.
Oh, I like that right there. Not
Franchise quarterback and running back on rookie contracts.
Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Who the hell is your franchise
to throw. Daniels.
Give me that Meredith! It's another rookie, Jaden Daniels. I traded Jared. I'm sorry. I've been wanting to trade Jared Goff, but his contract's just been too insane, so I haven't been able to.
Coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone.
That guy's still. We're in year 5. We are in year 5, and I haven't been able to. I have to wait until.
Carolina did that against Denver.
Once the season's done.
Game ultimately, they dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
Touchdown. Justice goes Brandon Cooks with the head on.
By Brandon Cooks.
14-0.
Brandon Cooks scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Rams tack on to their
I didn't realize.
advantage.
I heard like saying Brandon Cooks against his former team, the Saints. I forgot to drop the
And
ball.
that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let Daddy have a little lick.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
Oh, they're going to abandon
anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 in a first down.
Mid. I let it go, no dreadage, fucking cocaine.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
1 quarter.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Kamara. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach early in the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Are you joking? I thought I just got what's his name.
Here's Kamara trying to run forward.
And I got
it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This guy is absolute garbage.
Swat the ball out, Gilmore! Oh my God, I had that!
Good enough for the first.
You have stuff on Gilmore?
Well, they deemed it 4 down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, Nemanja Matic. Dude looks like a fucking bug.
Set up the throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy.
Good stuff, Rice.
And they were able to successfully break that one.
Rice Hall, no.
Throwing again
Portugal.
on second down.
Oh my God.
It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't
Ronaldo.
seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, I understand why they've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ready.
Fumble! Pick it up, Donald! Run, damn it. Alright, we got it.
Aaron, at the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Following the fumble,
Messi.
Daniels.
Brazil. Center forward.
It's caught at the 10.
Touchdown.
Lucas. Oh my God, it is Lucas.
Rams touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 12.
Scored again, 21-0.
To their advantage. Extra point good by Catanzaro.
21-0 on him.
Makes the score 21.
Oh, this is supposed to be one of the best people in the league.
It is, dude. I don't trust this game yet. My defense is balling out, which they should be. I mean, I literally have the best team, like, roster-wise.
Alright, come on. Give me something special.
I'm just not the best man.
Offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here. An inability to push the points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also
no, Bryce!
Oh,
no! Why did it make me fucking turn into the safety?
But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
Okay, if you guys
so the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Damn it, Gilmore.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30.
John Stones.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Nowhere to go.
We got another fumble. Can we pick it up?
And now the Rams have got it.
Yep, we did.
And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position. Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's going to be able to catch the football.
Center back.
No matter what position you
Here we go.
Be aware, ball may come your way.
Oh my God.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
You know something's wrong when you're buying player packs.
From the gun, Daniels. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Touchdown again.
And it's caught
Let's
inside the
go.
10. Touchdown, LA.
Something's wrong.
A big play there.
Like
2 catches, 2
Or it might be.
touchdowns here so far.
Oh,
And
he's calling
Rams
some of the
tack
plays that he
on to
normally
their
calls, but
advantage.
my team's
Extra
just
point up and good
balling
by
out right now.
And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
You get a team of the year.
We just gotta hold the lead. Keep it going, guys.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They got him in. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
No, boom,
Escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Second and 6. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be second and goal. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 8 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Thomas, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter. Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one. Has that happened to you before? No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. On first and 10, Daniels. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone,
You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
So that dude came back
They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
This ain't NDSU where you have the most dominant team basically at high school talent level.
Touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
This was the norm, which makes no sense.
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point.
So I said that has nothing to do with this. You said you said we're a better team without Carson, which is wrong. And second, saying he's injury prone after getting hit helmet to helmet in the back of the head is just ignorance. There's a difference between injury prone and unfortunate circumstances.
Getting set for their next drive.
Like everybody acts like
offense. They have been struggling.
Over the years,
they went through some
the injuries that he's had have been like
changes aren't working. So now we're
God damn it, guys! Stop barreling him.
It's much more
a fractured back and a concussion.
And what I mean by that is
the concussion.
Played 8 games on a fractured back.
Not too emotional.
Played. Finished a drive and threw essentially the game-winning touchdown on a torn ACL.
Hasn't exactly worked.
They need any
like I'm not sure. I'm just not sure where some of these people like. I don't understand what. They act like he's out because he has like a broken like pinky finger, but he has like his lip is swollen because he doesn't feel good.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw.
Since he's been drafted.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes
Dante Stills
has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
How do you look at like games played?
Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
Okay, there we
go. If you're looking for how many games Wentz has actually missed, I think
it's a nice throw to the middle part of the field.
Yeah, I don't know if that's including 4 seasons.
But he has to be
if you have 4 seasons, 16 times 4 is 64 games. He's played 56. So yes, he's missed 8 games over 4 years.
Will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
I don't know if that's counting playoffs. You know what they're going to say. He's not there for...
even in the playoff game. Okay, so he missed one series of playoff runs. Okay, dude had a torn ACL. Like,
and well, 2.
What do you want him to do?
He missed the last year.
Okay, had a fractured back. And
no, I know. I'm just saying they're gonna. I'm just letting you know what they're gonna say.
But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
I get that, but like, what do you want him to do? These are significant injuries.
Well, they're not saying they want him to do anything. They're just saying the reality.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball.
Not gonna be like it's his. The ACL was this
and that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Gonna make that.
But even that, I mean, I don't blame him for what he did. The dude goes out there and busts his balls and puts it on the field. That's just one of those things that it happens.
But a quarterback,
it could have happened to anybody.
It could, but you can do things to prevent it from happening. Like Russ slides every single time, so he avoids that stuff.
I get that. And that's what the quarterback's looked at supposed to be doing, is taking the easy route, not the questionable risk route. But Carson Wentz is one of those guys that he doesn't feel he's putting everything out there unless he's making those types of plays.
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad when you're doing it.
He gets it to Cooks. He's got the first down.
Like, yeah, I love it when he makes those plays where he gets extra and he gets those yards that some quarterbacks won't, but at the same time, I mean, you got to be punished for when it goes bad on you. Like the ACL was his fault. You should not, if you're a quarterback, franchise quarterback of that kind, you should not be diving when if you just slide, you have the ball at the 2. You'll take the ball. Like, I get it's a big debate. Well, this is back when he tore his ACL.
That's true. 2017 we had Blonde, so it doesn't matter.
To throw on second down, Daniels. They almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet.
I think you can't be praised for when it goes good, but say, oh, what do you want us to do when it goes bad?
Yeah.
When there's another option just at your disposal that you can do if you choose to, which some quarterbacks like Russ
to the 23 here on third.
Switch up. Hey, Mike 52, here we go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels.
Coach, what are you doing, dude? Okay.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time each.
All right, I'm up 38-6 with a minute 29 left in the third. If I blow this, then I'm throwing my PlayStation out my window.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's going to air one out.
He caught that! Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. I'm right there.
39 yards there, a big one. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Are you kidding? Dude! Oh my, alright, the game just absolutely killed me on that one.
From 19 yards
I'm like right in position to make 2 picks and I don't get either of them in score. Okay, it's about to be 38-13. That's still a 4-score game. I just got to notice this.
Well, I'm the University of Michigan.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. What's good on the extra point? And that will cut this lead down to 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? And they score here. And it's a fumble. And he can only manage to get a couple.
We're a fumble 6. If that stands, he's down. Please tell me he's down. I have it on conservative. Come on. Yep, overtime. Thank you. Jeez, bro.
Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out?
I'm like, come on.
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that.
I remember when I still had my fucking Netflix.
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance. Where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, I'm back.
Looking to throw. Daniels. They'll roll him out right.
He swatted the ball.
The ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Nine yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And Thomas has it. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you've won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And down he'll go at the 25.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull together.
Bravo!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Go! 15 plus. 15 plus. Recon, 132, buck head.
They'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going to let it fly. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll set up to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll make it 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, box drop, get it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperate, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because You and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they...